In the bustling city of Lamora, a young woman named Alena lived a humble life. She worked tirelessly at her grandmother's small bakery, waking up early every morning to bake bread, serve customers, and keep the business running. Though she and her grandmother didn't have much, Alena always believed in kindness. Cut to a rainy night. Thunder rumbles. Alena is locking up the bakery when she notices an old man sitting on the sidewalk, shivering in the cold. One evening, as rain poured heavily, Alena saw an old man sitting alone, drenched and shivering. He looked frail and hungry, with nothing but a thin coat to shield him from the cold. Without hesitation, she rushed back inside, grabbed a warm loaf of bread and a cup of hot tea, and handed them to him. "You shouldn't be out here in this weather," she said, her voice filled with concern. The old man, Mr. Hugo, smiled weakly. "Thank you, dear child. You have a kind heart." The screen fades to black, showing the passage of time as Alena continues helping him. Days passed, then weeks. Every evening, Alena set aside food for Mr. Hugo, never expecting anything in return. Her grandmother worried about giving away food for free, but Alena always reassured her, saying, "We should help when we can." Scene changes to a disaster. Alena's bakery is engulfed in flames, smoke rising into the sky. Alena and her grandmother stand outside, watching their dream turn to ashes. Then, tragedy struck. One night, an electrical fault sparked a fire in the bakery. Within minutes, everything was gone. The bakery, their livelihood, their dreams, all reduced to ash. Alena and her grandmother had nowhere to turn. They had no money to rebuild. All the kindness she had given now seemed meaningless in the face of her loss. Days later, Alena is sitting outside the ruins of the bakery, lost in thought, when a sleek, black car pulls up. The window rolls down, revealing Mr. Hugo, this time, dressed in a fine suit. A few days later, as Alena sat outside the burnt remains of the bakery, a luxurious car pulled up. To her shock, Mr. Hugo stepped out, no longer frail, no longer homeless. "I have been looking for you," he said with a smile. It turned out that Mr. Hugo was once a wealthy businessman who had fallen on hard times after a series of misfortunes. Alena's kindness had restored his faith in humanity, giving him the strength to reconnect with his estranged family. Now, with his wealth restored, he had come to repay her. Montage of Mr. Hugo helping rebuild the bakery, construction workers fixing the place, new ovens arriving, fresh loaves of bread being made. With his help, Alena and her grandmother not only rebuilt the bakery but turned it into the most successful one in the city. Customers lined up daily, eager to buy their famous bread, and soon, Alena's small act of kindness had come back to her in ways she never imagined. Final shot, Alena standing at the bakery's entrance, watching happy customers, smiling as she remembers that fateful rainy night. As she looked around at the thriving bakery, she realized one thing. Goodness never goes unrewarded. One good turn always deserves another.
Now it's time to go answer the question of the day and get your points, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please like and subscribe now. This is how we continue to stay in business. Thank you and good luck.